Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into a topic that might surprise you. How being too kind can actually ruin your life. But there's a fine line between healthy kindness and letting people walk all over you. If you're always bending over backwards for others, always saying yes, even when you're stretched thin, well, you need to pay attention. Stay tuned because we're about to unpack 9 ways excess kindness could be sabotaging your happiness and ruining your life. You don't want to miss this. Let's be real, folks. There are some takers in this world who can sniff out a pushover a mile away. You know the type, always got a sob story, always needing a handout.
But the more you give, the more they take. They start expecting it, like it's your duty to bail them out of every jam they create.
True kindness comes from a place of strength, not obligation. You need to recognize your own worth and stop letting people drain you dry. It's time to set some boundaries and learn to say no every now and then. Trust me, it's for your own good.
Now, I understand, you want to be there for everyone. Your friend needs a shoulder to cry on, you're there. Your co-worker needs help with a project, you're there.
But in the midst of all this giving, when are you taking time for yourself? You can't pour from an empty cup, folks.
This isn't selfish, it's self-preservation. You have to prioritize your own physical, mental, and emotional health. If you're burnt out and running on fumes, how can you possibly be any good to anyone, including yourself? It's time to start filling your own cup.
Look, I'm all for lending a helping hand, but there's a limit. You're not a superhero, you can't save the world, and you certainly can't be everything to everyone.
Constantly putting others first, putting their needs before your own, it takes a toll. It's like carrying a massive weight on your shoulders, day in and day out. The stress builds, the pressure mounts, and eventually something's got to give.
You're emotionally drained, physically exhausted, and mentally fried. It's time to recognize the signs of burnout and prioritize your own well-being. Chapter 4, The Chameleon Effect, losing yourself in a sea of please and thank yous.
You spend so much time trying to please everyone, always saying yes, always going along with the crowd, that you forget who you are.
What do you like? What do you want? What are your passions?
You become so accustomed to putting on a mask, being the nice one, the agreeable one, that you lose sight of your own identity.
You become a chameleon, blending in, adapting to every situation, but never truly being seen for who you are.
It's time to take that mask off, folks. Embrace your individuality.
It's time to show the world the real you, the one who isn't afraid to set boundaries and speak their truth. Chapter 5, Toxic Attraction, how excessive kindness can lead to unhealthy relationships.
Look, I hate to break it to you, but there are people out there who prey on kindness. They see it as a weakness, an opportunity to exploit and manipulate.
And you, with your heart of gold, you're a prime target.
These toxic individuals, they'll shower you with flattery, they'll play the victim, they'll do whatever it takes to keep you hooked.
And you, blinded by your own good intentions, you'll keep giving and giving until you're completely drained.
It's crucial to recognize the signs of toxic relationships. Pay attention to how people treat you, not just their words.
If you're constantly feeling used, manipulated, or taken advantage of, it's time to walk away. Chapter 6, Breaking the Bank, the financial strain of overextending your generosity.
Now, I'm all for helping those in need, but there's a difference between generosity and financial recklessness.
You work hard for your money and you shouldn't feel pressured to constantly bail out others, especially if it's putting a strain on your own finances.
Listen, it's not your responsibility to solve everyone else's financial problems. It's time to set some healthy boundaries and prioritize your own financial well-being.
Now, this might sting a little, but sometimes when you're too nice, people don't take you seriously.
They start to see you as a pushover, someone they can walk all over, someone whose opinions don't really matter.
Think about it. When you're always agreeing, always saying yes, never standing up for yourself, people start to question your backbone.
It's time to find your voice, folks. Learn to express your opinions, even if they're not popular. Set boundaries and enforce them. You deserve to be treated with respect, not walked on like a doormat. Let me tell you, there's nothing wrong with being a giving person.
But when you're constantly pouring into others without receiving anything in return, it takes a toll.
It's like running a marathon with no finish line in sight. You're left feeling depleted, drained, and emotionally exhausted.
It's essential to cultivate relationships that are mutually beneficial, where there's a healthy give and take. Don't be afraid to communicate your needs and set boundaries. Listen, life is short and it's easy to get caught up in the needs of others.
But while you're busy saying yes to everyone else, what are you saying no to in your own life? What dreams are you putting on hold? What opportunities are you letting pass you by?
When you're constantly prioritizing others, it's easy to lose sight of your own goals and aspirations.
You tell yourself you'll get to them eventually, but eventually has a way of never coming.
It's time to start putting yourself first, folks. Identify your passions, set some goals, and go after them with everything you've got. Thanks for watching, folks. Look, I can't stress this enough. Kindness is a beautiful thing, but it's not a blank check for others to exploit. You deserve to be treated with respect, to have your needs met, and to live a life that's fulfilling for you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful content. And remember, it's important to be kind, but don't forget to take care of yourself too. That's how you truly live your best life.